Unfortunately for the Kiev authorities, all statements by British, US, and NATO intelligence that Russia has exhausted its entire stock of ballistic and cruise missiles turned out to be untrue. While the leaders of Western countries assured the public that Russia had allegedly spent all its missile reserves in Ukraine, Moscow increased the intensity and regularity of massive missile strikes on the territory of this country with each new month. Moreover, the intensity and regularity of Russian missile strikes have become so frequent that the Western media stopped claiming it. The matter came to such a point that information about the next Russian missile strikes began to appear in the Western media only when the wreckage of Russian Geranium kamikaze drones and Ukrainian air defense missiles accidentally hit residential buildings. Surprisingly, starting in 2024, Russia began to launch massive and combined missile strikes on the territory of Ukraine in non-stop mode. Almost every day, the military and energy infrastructure of this Eastern European country is subjected to crushing blows, weakening not only the military potential of the Ukrainian army, but also the air defense of Ukraine. And today has been no exception. So, on the night of February 23, Russia launched another massive missile strike on the territory of this long-suffering Eastern European country. The main targets of the Russian missiles became military facilities in the Kharkiv, Odessa, Dnipropetrovsk, and Nikolaev regions. Moreover, military facilities located in the western part of the Donetsk region, which is still under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine, were also subjected to missile strikes. Numerous explosions and large fires were recorded at military facilities in cities such as Kramatorsk, Nikolaev, Chernomorsk, Izmail, Dnipropetrovsk, and Kamensk. It is reliably known that during this attack, Russia used dozens of Tu-95MS strategic bombers, Su-34 fighter bombers, as well as MiG-29 and Su-27 fighter jets. All of them were armed with various missiles, ranging from the tactical guided missile Kh-31P to the cruise missile Kh-22. As always, during the attack, Russia also used dozens of Geranium kamikaze drones. So, in the Odessa region, in cities such as Izmail, Chernomorsk, and Odessa, Russian missiles hit the port infrastructure and marine terminals. Moreover, it is reported that the Russian missiles struck exactly when the unloading of military cargo from NATO countries was taking place. In Nikolaev, a large ammunition depot was discovered and destroyed, intended for shipment to the Donetsk direction of the front. In Dnipropetrovsk and Kamensk, large storage facilities with diesel fuel were discovered and destroyed. That diesel fuel was intended for heavy military equipment of the armed forces of Ukraine. In Kramatorsk and the nearby villages of Kharkiv, the places for the deployment of personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine were discovered and destroyed. According to preliminary data, more than 60 Ukrainian soldiers and officers were killed as a result of this missile attack. Surprisingly, representatives of the Ukrainian Air Force, for the first time in 2 years, admitted that Ukrainian air defense systems failed to shoot down even one Russian missile. According to them, the Ukrainian air defense was able to hit only 20 Geranium kamikaze drones. Meanwhile, details of the missile attack on the Ukrainian Army's military facility in Kurakhove, which took place on February 19, have emerged. Back then, in this city, according to the Russian military, Iskander M ballistic missiles hit the places of the deployment of personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine. However, since the Kiev authorities strictly classified all information about this incident, it was not clear all this time what exactly and who exactly was destroyed by Russian missiles in this city. And only now, a few days later, the Colombian newspaper, Vanguardia, published the results of the investigation into the missile attack on the city of Kurakhove. According to Colombian journalists, during that Russian missile attack on Kurakhove, not only dozens of Ukrainian soldiers were killed, but also a group of Colombian mercenaries who fought on the side of the armed forces of Ukraine. At the moment, journalists have managed to confirm the death of only 4 Colombian citizens. At the same time, they claimed the death toll could reach dozens of people. Moreover, the Kiev authorities still refuse to give the bodies of the dead mercenaries to their relatives. Journalists claim that the Colombian authorities are absolutely powerless in this matter, and can do nothing to help the relatives of the fallen soldiers of fortune. It is also worth noting the statement of the Finnish newspaper, Ilta-Sanomat. According to it, Finnish mercenaries are suffering heavy losses in Ukraine. This newspaper managed to confirm the death of a 21-year-old Finnish citizen, whose first and last name the journalists did not name. According to them, this resident of Finland resigned from the Finnish army and went to Ukraine as a soldier of fortune, where he found his death. Earlier, Russian war correspondents said that this 21-year-old soldier of fortune was the 30th Finnish citizen who was killed by Russian troops in Ukraine.